Eugene, Oregon, 26 May, at the final edition of the Prefontaine Classic ever to be held at historic Hayward Field here. The capacity crowd of 12,667 was treated to both unexpectedly sunny conditions and a top-flight athletics competition punctuated by 7 world-leading marks, 3 meeting records, 1 all-comers record, and, even an U18 meeting record. The stadium, which is on the campus of the University of Oregon and has hosted athletics meetings for 97 years, will be demolished later this year and will be replaced by a completely redesigned facility. Photo: Shelby Houlihan winning the women's 1,500 meters at the 2018 Prefontaine Classic at historic Hayward Field at the University of Oregon in Eugene. Photo by David Monty for Race Results Weekly. "I'm not sure it will hit me until it's gone," said Tom Jordan, who has directed the meet since 1984. Fans of middle and long-distance action, in particular, did not go home disappointed. On paper, the top mark was Caster Semenya's 800 meters meeting and all-comers record of 1 minute 55 seconds and 92 milliseconds, also a 2018 world leader, but it was perhaps the U18 meeting record in the Bowerman mile of 3 minutes 52 seconds and 28 milliseconds by Norway's 17-year-old Jakob Ingebrigtsen that left the most lasting impression. Ingebrigtsen's mark good for 4th place behind African stars Timothy Cheruiyot, 3 minutes 49 seconds and 87 milliseconds, WL Samuel Tefra, 3 minutes 51 seconds and 26 milliseconds, and Elijah Menangoy, 3 minutes 52 seconds and 18 milliseconds, toppled Alan Webb's previous mark of 3 minutes 53 seconds and 43 milliseconds achieved at this meeting in 2001, the year after Ingebrigtsen was born. Webb, who lives a 2-hour drive from here in Portland, was on hand today to watch the race. "My goal was to take Alan Webb's record, but I knew of course it was going to be tough," a poised Ingebrigtsen told reporters. "I had a PB in mind, but today felt really good. I'm really happy with the way it turned out." The race went out hard from the gun with pacemakers Andrew Rodich and Jackson Kivuva pulling the 15-man field through the quarter mile in 55.6 seconds. The pack quickly strung out with Djibouti's Ayinla Soliman, Ethiopia's Tafra, and Kenya's Cheruiyot and Menangoy close behind. Rodich got the field through halfway in 1 minute 55 seconds and 3 milliseconds, then stepped off to allow Kivuva to finish up the pacing duties. With 1 lap to go, Soliman had faded slightly, leaving Tefra and Menangoy to chase the powerful Cheruiyot's last summer's IAAF World Championships silver medalist to the line. Cheruiyot's 56.1 second final lap was fast enough to get the win, but it was Ingebrigtsen's 55.5 second last lap which was the fastest and sealed the record for him. "I had a really good last lap, so it felt good," Ingebrigtsen said simply. South Africa's Semenya, the reigning Olympic and world champion, dominated the women's 800 meters. Behind the pacemaking of Christina Williams, Semenya hit halfway in 57.93, and ran nearly as fast for her second circuit, 57.99. "I had to take an advantage when I saw 57, Semenya said after her race. "I tried to maintain 57 again, and see what I can come up with behind Semenya." American Audrey Wilson came from 4th position in the homestretch, passing Burundi's Francine Saba and Ethiopia's Habitam Alamu, to get second in 1 minute 56 seconds and 86 milliseconds, the 3rd fastest time of her career. "When it came to the last 200 of the race I made a couple of mistakes, but I was able to come away with second," said Wilson, who was pleased with her time but not her tactics. In the women's metric mile, the Bowerman Track Club's Shelby Houlihan upset international medalists Jenny Simpson of the United States and Laura Muir of Great Britain with a blazing final 100 meters where she moved from 6th position to 1st. Houlihan broke the tape in a world-leading and personal best 3 minutes 59 seconds and 6 milliseconds, her first ever sub-4 o'clock run. It was really cool to be able to break 4, and elated Houlihan told the media. She continued, going into the bell lap I was like, I feel really good now and I'm just hoping I can stay strong into the last lap, and I was able to. Simpson, who led at the bell and held that lead into the final turn, had to settle for third in 3 minutes 59 seconds and 37 milliseconds, just edged at the line by the charging Muir, 3 minutes 59 seconds and 30 milliseconds. Morocco's Rabi Barafi also had an excellent race, clocking a personal best 3 minutes 59 seconds and 51 milliseconds in 4th place. I thought the best thing for me to do leading was to make them run hard the whole last 400, Simpson explained. She added, I just did the best that I could. Lyndon Hall set an Australian record of 4 minutes 0 seconds and 86 milliseconds in 6th place. In other distance action, Jensby Dibaba of Ethiopia ran a world-leading 14 minutes 26 seconds and 89 milliseconds in the 5,000 meters, leading 3 other women, Letizia Gideon Good of Sege of Ethiopia and Helen Obiri of Kenya, under 15 minutes. Australia's Luke Matthews won the International Mile, essentially the B-Heat, in 3 minutes 57 seconds and 2 milliseconds, which was the 400th sub-4 o'clock mile ever recorded at the Prefontaine Classic. Benjamin Keegan was the surprise winner of the men's steeplechase, running a world-leading and personal best time of 8 minutes 9 seconds and 7 milliseconds. Behind him, Kenya's Conseslus Kipruto and the USA's Evan Yeager, the 2016 Olympic gold and silver medalists, fought fiercely for the runner-up spot. Both men were given the same time of 8 minutes 11 seconds and 71 milliseconds, but Kipruto was awarded second place by 2/1000ths of a second over Yeager. The 2019 edition of the Prefontaine will be held on June 28 and 29, meeting director Jordan said yesterday. The venue, however, has not yet been set. The new stadium will not be ready until at least the 2020 track season.